Hi, ladies and dudes. This is Rebecca Lynn Barkley, aka Boobop19. This is my review for today, and today's review, ladies and dudes, well, my friends, it's that time again for another movie review, and this movie review is going to be the most hardest one of all. And also, I need to wear this green shirt is because I just want to celebrate the Irish history from one of the most legendary Irish dudes of all time, a guy who did risk his life to save his homeland from the wrath of the evil British people. And which dude I was talking about is this guy. So for my next movie review is for movie review number 22, or my sixth movie review that featured Liam Neeson in it is called Michael Collins. And I will say that Michael Collins is a way better movie than The Schindler's List. And also, it's one of my favorite movies and one of my favorite characters that Liam Neeson have ever worked on for so many years. So, without further ado, ladies and dudes, let's head on to my 22nd or my 6th movie review of Michael Collins that featured one of my favorite actors of all time, the great and mighty Liam Neeson. And so, to tell you the truth is, ladies and dudes, I have nothing to say about the plot of the story. All I could say about the plot of the story is, it's a story about, it took place in the 20th century, a guy named Michael Collins, he and his group of men are trying to risk their lives to save their home country from the wrath of the evil British people who had ruled over their country for the last 700 years ago. And sadly, that's pretty it. I wish I could tell you more, but if Liam Neeson was here with me to do this review, I really do need his help to tell you guys about the plot of the story, if you know what I mean. So anyway, I guess you want to know is, what the heck do I think about this movie? To tell you the truth is, ladies and dudes, I really do love this movie. It had a really good storyline, has good characters, it has great sceneries and highlights of Ireland. I really love the setting, I really love the costume designs, and also, I really enjoyed the score. The score was pretty darn good in this film. And I do like a story that has a beautiful and nice Irish feel to it, if you know what I mean. So anyway, let's head on to the strongest points and the weakest points of Michael Collins. I will say for the strongest point of this Michael Collins film is, I will say, it has to go with Liam Neeson and Alan Rickman's performance as Michael Collins and that other dude, I cannot spell his name right. I will call him Dave for short. Maybe I'll call him Dave. I will say for these two characters, they were the best parts about this movie. They had a good storyline for each of them. They have their own personalities, their attitudes. And I think Liam Neeson and Alan Rickman got their characters right for this movie, and I really do appreciate their hard work of working, playing with these two good characters who are based by real people. I mean, Alan Rickman and Liam Neeson deserves to be the best actors I have ever seen in my life. That's one of the coolest, strongest points of the film. I will say the weakest points of this movie is, I only got 3. Okay, the first weakness is, I just wish that Alan Rickman should have had a little bit more role in this movie, because we only seen him here and there in a couple of scenes, a couple of times. And I wish that he and Liam Neeson should have had a little bit more screen time together when they're working together on this movie. I guess this director just want to work on Michael Collins since it is the main title of the story. And also, well, I'll tell you the truth is, ladies and dudes, there is no sex scene between Michael Collins and Kitty. I know there was about to be one, but sadly, we never seen one. All I remember is there was a kiss scene between Michael Collins and Kitty, and that was pretty it. I wish I could say more, but sadly, those were the only 3 weak points I did find with this movie. I wish Alan Rickman should have a little bit more role in the film. I wish he and Liam Neeson should have a little bit more screen time together, and most of all, there's no sex scene between Michael Collins and Kitty. That's a sad freaking shame, if you know what I mean. And now let's go on to the characters of the movie. And I will say there were only 4 good characters that are pretty darn good in this film. The first one I want to mention is Kitty, played by Julie Roberts. I will say this is the only performance that I ever liked from her. Julie Roberts was an okay actress for me, but her and Michael Collins, that's the only performance I will ever like. She has a good personality. I love her attitude. She is definitely the most sweetest person in the whole entire movie, and she cares about Michael Collins and Henry a lot for the last couple of years. You know, when they got to know each other, they became friends, and they had the unknown love triangle thing, if you know what I mean. And yes, she was also based by a real person. So yeah, I would say Kitty is a pretty nice character. She is very lovable, very sweet, and she really does care about so many things a lot in her life before she lost the one that she loved at the end, if you know what I mean. And also for Henry, I'm not going to be good to pronounce that actor's name. I will say for Henry, I will say he was an okay character. He's not really the best, but he's not really the worst. But I do like some of the parts here and there where he and Michael Collins had a good partnership and a good friendship until that tragic moment at the near end. I mean, he's a pretty good character, not that bad, but I will say he's kind of decent for me. And, okay, also for Dave, played by Alan Rickman, I will say Alan Rickman did do a pretty good job with this character. I really like this character a lot. He has a great personality, great attitude, he's a very serious character, but like I said, I wish this director guy should have gave Alan Rickman's character a little bit more screen time in the movie so we could get to know him a little bit better. Even if he was the president of the Irish company, whatever it's called, something called the Irish Republic, I wish we can get to know a little bit more of this character. After all, Alan Rickman did do a pretty good job with this character, even if he did a supporting role. But I hope and pray in the future that Alan Rickman can have a little bit more role for some later on movies to come. And please, please give Alan Rickman an action film, for goodness sakes. I want to see Alan Rickman to do some action for an action movie, if you know what I mean. So please, please give him a lead role and give him a really good performance when he can do an action movie. So please, please give us our wish and make it come true, for goodness sakes. We need that badly in movie history. And now let's go on to the main character of the movie, Michael Collins, played by Liam Neeson. I will say Michael Collins is definitely one of the best characters in the whole entire movie. I will say he had a good storyline, he has a great personality, great attitude, he's such a very strong character, and I like some dialogues here and there of this guy, if he did say the F-bomb a couple of times. Yeah, this is a really, really good Liam Neeson character. And to tell you the truth, this is Liam Neeson's hero. I mean, I can't believe it. Liam Neeson played one of his best heroes in the movie that he worked on for so many years. I mean, Michael Collins is a really good character. One of my favorite parts about Michael Collins is there was a part where he cannot sing. I mean, he was a very bad singer. All he could do is mumble out the lyrics. And he cannot sing a rhythm to a tune that he likes. I mean, he was pretty darn funny when he cannot sing. It was so darn hilarious. But, and yeah, he can be a little bit cocky too. There were some parts here and there where Michael Collins can be a little bit cocky. In a good way. But overall, Liam Neeson did a pretty good job with this character, and I will say that Michael Collins is a way better hero than Oscar Schindler. Because this is the guy who did risk his life to save his home country from the wrath of the evil British people back from the 20th century, if you know what I mean. So overall, ladies and dudes, let's head on to my final thoughts on Michael Collins. Overall, Michael Collins was a great movie that was based by a true story. It had a good storyline, good characters. I love the costume designs. I love the setting and sceneries for Ireland. It had a really awesome score. And this is one of the most underrated movies that you gotta watch to believe. And to tell you the truth is, in the future, I really want to redo this movie review again if I could ask Liam Neeson's help for if he could tell you all what the story is all about. I would like to see that happening if I'll ever review this movie with one of my most favorite actors of all time, period. So overall, I decided to give Michael Collins a really good score of 8.8 out of 10. You have better watch this movie to believe it. And it's time for all of us to honor and respect the man who is one of the most greatest legendary heroes of all time in many, many centuries to come. So anyway, that is my movie review of Michael Collins. I hope you enjoy it. And join me next time for, I'm not sure what movie review is going to be coming next. But I will tell you guys very, very soon. But join me tomorrow as I do my next quick video of Boobop 1987's most quick video, part 6 of Pokemon Unknown Questions. So be prepared for that one to come, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Sayonara.